Kate, because Kate is the one that is going to be doing Alex Bolling's tribute. So Kate, take it away.
All right. Alex, where do I start? For all of these years, you've been my friend and my singing angel's mom. You've always been right there when I needed you, and you've always been there to celebrate a win, and you have always had a joke ready. This was really apparent when we went to New York that one time. I was really new to the performing chorus, and I wasn't really close with anyone on the trip yet, but you promised me, and my mom, that you would keep me company and out of trouble. That trip was such a blast, between activities to you teaching me Irish Blessing out in the cold while we were waiting to get into a restaurant. And I'm just so proud that you're my friend, because you're just so funny and talented and smart, and I wouldn't give up our memories for the world. I'm gonna miss you so much, but I know that you're gonna do great. And I'd like to think I made a good singing angel's daughter, because you've always been the best singing angel's mom.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you, Kate. Let's see. Next on our list, and I want to make sure that everybody is here, is Alexis Jackman. And so this is going to be very convenient. Coco, I'm going to have you go second.
Okay.
It'll be nice because when you guys go on speaker view, we can actually see the senior. Oh, you know what? I didn't ask Alex. I'm looking to see where. Was there anything you wanted to say before we move on to Alexis? Your chance to talk.
Yeah. Kate, I just really wanted to thank you for that. That was really sweet. I really enjoyed getting to know you as well as everyone else in Angels, and I know that when I first started out, having those friends that were kind of almost like singing Angels parents for me was like really, really helpful, and it made my time in Angels a lot easier. So I'm glad that I've been able to do that for you, and we're definitely going to hang out before I start college this fall.
That's awesome. Thanks, Alex. All right, now we're going to move on to Alexis, and first up is Abby Witten.
Okay. Dear Alexis, A stands for your accountability. L stands for your lovely nature. E stands for your encouraging words. X stands for your exceeding kindness. I stands for your immeasurable beauty. S stands for your stunning smile. You once told me that the best thing about performing was the look of joy on people's faces, and that if you made just one person stay happier because you sang, then it was all worth it. You are truly an amazing person, and I know that you have brought many smiles to many faces over the years. And after you're gone, I know I will remember your words and give 100% into every performance. In the little time I have known you, I realized that it wasn't nearly enough time. The quarantine situation we are in is unique, but I hope we can still go to Nashville together next year. You have made a memorable impact on me and the entire chorus. This organization is better because of ALEXIS, and I am too.
Aww, that was so sweet, Abby. And you're right, Alexis does an amazing job smiling. I always love watching. All right, Coco, wipe the tears. You're up.
Okay. All of you guys have gotten to know Alexis through Singing Angels, but not many of you have gotten to see her once we leave the rehearsal room. Most of you guys know that I have the privilege or curse, either way you look at it, to share the same home with her. For as long as I remember, Alexis has always been standing alongside of me, as an older sister, but most importantly, as a best friend. Some of you know that Alexis doesn't really like to sing, which is kind of ironic. She originally joined the group so she wouldn't be left home alone. And secretly, I've always been thankful because Alexis and I are basically the same person. We both joined this organization, play softball competitively, and only are a year and 19 days apart. have a lot of the same friends, and due to all these similarities, Alexis and I have always shared jokes and memories, which is something I'm going to be most miss about her when she goes off to college. My favorite memory about Alexis was when we went to Ireland together. In the past, Alexis and I were never allowed to be roommates due to the fact that we're supposed to make new friends on the trip. But somehow we are allowed to do so, which was really fun because we've never done that before. And my favorite part about the trip was the second day in Dublin. Right after the night that we stayed up really late, we went to play Gaelic games. And for those of you who don't know, these are like the community games that they played for hundreds of years. And so we had to pair up for these mini competitions, and obviously me and Alexis were partners. And so we won the first game, but the second drill was passing drill, like kicking wise. And I saw an opportunity in this, so I like led her into the other guy who was like the one teaching the drills, and she ran straight into him. But she still caught the ball, but he jokingly said that she was disqualified. And for the next drill, we lost, but he was really happy to see that because Alexis ran into him. And so it's time for me to wrap up the speech. So Alexis, I have a few words of wisdom for you. Uh-oh. Remember that you have to FaceTime me every night, even though you don't want to. This is more for my benefit than yours because I don't want to miss out on all the memories you make. Secondly, I know that you're super hardworking and diligent, so don't let any obstacles stand in your way. You're gonna do amazing things. Third and finally, you're the coolest person I know. Just don't tell anyone I said this. So I have no doubt you'll make great friends, and remember, they're the lucky ones. I'm gonna miss you, but remember you have my avocado pillows to remember me by.
Thank you, Coco. And Abby. I'm really sad we didn't get to know each other for a long time, but we'll definitely try to hang out once this all clears up. And I'll definitely try to make it back to a concert. I'll see you and Coco. And Coco, I'm really gonna miss you. Don't worry, I'll stop you.
Hey, running into one of those guys in Ireland would not be a bad thing. They were pretty cute.
That is also true. So maybe you can try to help me out there.
Okay, thank you, both of you. You guys did a great job, and Alexis, your place in the front row and your smiling, enthusiastic personality is going to be really missed. So, somebody in the alto section is going to have to step up and really come to life in that position. So, and we wish you the best. And when you said you'll try to come back into a concert, have you met your other sister?
Okay, so I will come back.
We know we're gonna see you. We totally know that. All right. Let's see. Next up is Lily Bender. So let's start. Did Colette O'Donnell log in?
I think that she's having trouble with her like computer or something like that.
Okay. All right.
Don't worry about her.
If she logs in later, then that's great. We'll have her say a few things. But Erin Texan, is Erin here?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Lily, I spent a long time trying to figure out how to start this tribute for you. Then I realized it's as simple as thank you. Thank you for being my second mother, for making angels so fun, for calling me your favorite child when I brought you food, for listening to my problems when I came to you, for laughing with me and not at me, and for being such a great role model not only to me, but to all the younger angels who look up to the seniors. I'm really proud of you for coming so far on your angel's journey and your life journey, and I wish your senior year didn't have to end like this. I just know the future has great things in store for you. The world will be so wonderful with strong, independent, talented, and beautiful ladies like you in it. I love you, Mom, and good luck.
Awesome. That's great. Let's see. Brendan is next.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible and visible.
So I've known Lily for about 3 or 4 years now, and almost every memory is laughs and giggles. I always thought that Lily was one of the super cool people who would never want to talk to me, but after I got to know her, we actually had way more in common than I thought. Lily and I are both the dorky weird friends you have around because you know will make you laugh, but that's mostly because we're saying something really dumb that makes absolutely no sense to anybody else. Lily is the kind of person where after she makes a joke, she'll apologize for something that made the person laugh, and then realize that she doesn't need to apologize because the person laughed. She's also one of the most compassionate and understanding people I could ever know, and she's helped me through my share of issues, and I've tried to help with hers. Whether intentionally or not, she gives off a good vibe that makes everybody smile, and it helps brighten some of the dark days. All in all, Lily, you're a really great friend, and I'm going to miss you when you're eventually forced to leave. I have so many great memories with you, and I'll cherish every one of them. So now that you've been a great friend to me and everyone here at Angels, go and be a great friend to all the new people you'll meet in college.
Awesome. That's great. Now, we all know that Lily's very special. She also was the only one that actually had a understudy in the wings, ready to go. After there were 3 people who were going to speak on her behalf today. And so since Colette wasn't able to log in, we'll still hear what she has to say if she can get in. But there was another request. And so now we'd like to bring Ella Hanley up.
Okay. Hey, Will. First, can I just say, man times.
What you look like? You gotta.
Oh my God. Hey, Will. First, can I say, man time flies by fast. I will never ever forget the day when I walked up to you in my red cummerbund and told you what a great Susie Snowflake you were. Since that day, I have looked up to you as someone who will always be nothing but amazing. You have set my goals and my achievements so much higher than they ever would have been. You are the person who makes someone smile, no matter who it is. You never had a frowny face, ever. And that is one of the things that stuck out to me the most. When I got older and actually started interacting with you, you continued to inspire me. You always had the brightest smile in the room. You always look out for me and watch over me. I am so beyond happy that I have met you because you are such an amazing person. I'm going to miss seeing your positive energy and your happy self all the time. You never let our age difference get in the way of what great friends we have become. You are one of the most talented, beautiful, amazing girls I have ever met. You never let anyone tell you how to live your life. You are always your own person. You are going to go so far in life, and I can't wait to see where you go and where you end up. I will always be one of your biggest fans. Keep shooting for the stars. I love you.
That's great. Thank you, Ella.
Thank you.
When you brought up the Susie Snowflake, that will always be my first impression of Lily. When my girl started and we did Susie Snowflake, and I thought, look at that little kid. And you're not so little anymore. Well, you're still little, but you're not young anymore. So, all right, Lily, what do you have to say?
Oh my God. You guys are the best. Erin, oh my gosh, I am gonna miss you so much. You are the sweetest and the most caring person, and I'm so glad that I was able to get to know you. And I know that you're gonna do so much and go so far, and I love you so much, and we better keep our streak. You better Snapchat me all the time, I swear. And Brendan, my little brand muffin. I love you so much. You are so funny and so dorky, bro. Why'd you have to call me out like that? But I love you tons, and you're so amazing, and your energy and your spirit and your laughter is just so contagious. And I hope that you never change, and I hope that no matter what people say to you, that you stay true to who you are, because who you are is pretty amazing. And oh my God, Ella, quitting on me, first of all. Sorry, just had to call you out there for a second. But you are one of the most amazing girls I've ever met. You are so fun, and you are so headstrong, and you don't let anyone tell you what you can or can't do. And you always put people rightfully in their place when they are rude to you or if they ever try to bring you down. But you do it in such a kind way where they never feel like you're hurting them or being like mean to them or anything. And you're just such the sweetest person, and I love you so much. And that was so cute, and I almost cried, bro. Why got to surprise me like that? Anyways, okay, that was it. Love you.
Yay. Oh. Okay. Mr. Sampson is joining us now. I just saw that he just came in. All right.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. How we doing?
He couldn't log in right at 11 because he had a haircut, which you can tell.
Oh my God! Slim pickings around here. So I told her told her to go fast. All right.
We're about halfway, a little less than halfway through. So, Kaelyn Giles Watkins is up next, and we're gonna start with Danasia.
Okay, sorry, my mama had called me. Okay, so when I first came to the performing chorus, I didn't really talk much. I still don't, but I've always thought you were so pretty and talented. I really don't remember how we started talking since I was so quiet, but I'm glad to have made a friend like you. We can relate to a lot of things, which surprises me. We've laughed so many times, even when we weren't supposed to. Your personality is so funny and bubbly, and I'm glad that I really made a friend like you a performing chorus. You've been there for me a lot of times, and I've been there for you, and we've laughed plenty of times that I can remember. Like the time Charles dropped the pizza and then decided that he was going to eat it still, and we were supposed to be paying attention, and we got lost where the music was. We got plenty of other memories as well. When I first got the solo that I had sang, you was there. You had complimented me, and I was very happy that you complimented me because I always wanted to be your friend. I just never knew how to start a conversation. So when you complimented me, I was like, okay, well, this is good. So I'm glad that you was in the performing chorus. You made my experience a lot better, and I'm proud of you for everything that you've done. And I hope that when you go to college, you meet a lot of friends, and you better be responsible, okay? You better be responsible, Kaelyn, because I'm not playing with you. And that's really all I got to say. I love you, and thank you so much for everything.
That's awesome. Claire Ginley's up next.
Hi. So Kaelyn made me promise I would tell this story when I had to do her senior tribute. So back in 2017, when we were learning Better When I'm Dancing, Kaelyn decided to make a whole dance and a routine with the Hawaiian fruit punch that you got in the broken vending machine at the Masonic Temple. And then she made me, dance along, and then she told me I had to tell the story during our senior tribute. So if we were all together, I would definitely try and reenact it, but I don't think we can due to the circumstances. But I just wanted to say that, this story is one of the many stories that happened in the back row of the alto section. And I want to thank you for all the laughs and the inside jokes. I want to thank you for all the times we laughed too loud at the dinner table in Ireland, or the times where we shouldn't have been sitting together when we kind of did anyways. You never fail to make me smile, and you've always been such a good friend. You've helped me through all of my little troubles that happened in middle school and a sophomore's life. Overall, these are just such great memories, and I couldn't think of anyone else who I'd want to be friends with. You are so talented, and you have taught me so much. So overall, I just want to say I love you so very much, and I will miss you when you go to college. Love you.
That's awesome. Thank you both. All right, Kaelyn, you're up.
Thank you, Danasia. I really appreciate it. You just made me cry. Oh my goodness. And Claire, thank you. I love you too, and I'm gonna miss you guys so much. So thank you.
Yay, awesome. Sarah Zimmerly is up next, and we're gonna start with Annie Bartos.
Okay. You're one of the first people I met in Angels. You seemed very quiet and reserved, but the more I got to know you, the more I realized that you really aren't. You're a very nice person and very easy to talk to. You put up with all of my nonsense, especially in dance troupe rehearsals, and you kept me entertained during regular rehearsals as well. I am so glad that we became close and that you were smart enough to fix the arrangement because we almost gave up, but we didn't, and I am so glad that we didn't. The day we hung out in Cleveland and almost missed the Christmas Carol picture and your food coming out 20 minutes after the rest of ours was one of my favorite days, and I will always remember it. We bonded over the cello, and I'm going to miss you so much. I know you are going to do great, Sarah, because you are literally a genius, and you will forever be one of my best friends.
That's great. Thank you, Annie. And Claire Ginley's up again.
I'm back. Sarah has always been there for me when joining the performing chorus. I was her little apprentice, and I sat next to her in the first row of the alto section back in 2015. She was my first friend in Angels, and Sarah helped me do so many new things. She helped me meet new people and even got me to try out for dance troupe. Thus leading to junior dance troupe together, and soon we moved up to senior. For the next 5 years, Sarah would help me with homework, choreography, and rhythms. I'm so blessed that I've been able to sit next to Sarah and look up to her. She's taught me so much in so many different ways. Thank you for all the back row chats and our last minute stuff for our quartet. And also thank you being for the piano player for our quartet. I wouldn't be who I am today I wouldn't be who I am today without you. You've taught me so much, and I will love you and miss you when you go on to do great things.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Claire. All right, Sarah, let's hear from you a little bit.
Thank you guys so much, both of you, Annie and Claire. I'm so glad to have gotten to know both of you like these past few years with our quartet, especially in dance troupe, and just being in the alto section together with all the rehearsals and concerts. And I know you two are really going to step it up next year and be great leaders for the alto section and Sing Angels in general. So I can't wait to come back and visit you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, it's time for Katie Fogerty. And up first is Bradley.
Hello. So, as Katie knows, I'm not the most emotional person there is, but I did want to say something that I thought would mean a lot. I've been told that I have a pretty scary face when I'm deep in thought, but when we first met, she walked up to me with one of the biggest, brightest smiles and said, "Hi." And at the time, it was pretty socially awkward, so it meant a lot to me. You are one of the best people that I could have ever met in Angels. You smile, you take care of yourself, and you really do your best, give it your all on stage during any performance. I hope that throughout your time after Angels, you'll remember the friends you've made and the memories that you have, because without those shaping you, I feel like you wouldn't have grown to be what a wonderful person you are today. I hope that no matter what, you can always remember my face and plenty of others in Angels when thinking about the good times.
That's great. Thank you, Bradley. Up next is Izzy.
Hello. Okay, I'm gonna start off by saying I have a twitch, so it's probably going to be going like really bad right now because I'm really bad at public speaking. But I'm gonna start out by saying I don't really remember when I met Katie. Like, I have this weird memory of her, and I think I met her through Alex, where we were at the senior awards ceremony, and Charles was speaking about how this girl went to Ireland and she was absolutely shook, and then Katie started crying, and she ran up there and got the solo, and like she's very emotional, but I love her so much. And I just have like these really great memories of her because singing Angels is really rough sometimes because it's really far away and it takes a lot of energy out of me. And like going to those concerts and being like, please let Katie be here, please. And one of the great memories was when we went to the IX Center, and during our break, we just went around because we were broke. And we were just like getting back massages and all these free things and drinking apple cider. And it was just so much fun. And the zoo concerts, where every single time, I'm really sorry, Miss Carliak, we would come in like super late, just like really late. and you would be mad. But like every single time I went to the Zoo concert, I was always in the group that was like running into the back row, like 15 seconds after the first number started. So it was probably me. But Katie has this amazing work ethic about her. You don't even have to, like, she's always reading a book, and whenever she reads a book, she highlights everything, and it's like there's always this like weird cryptic message in every single microscopic little word, and it's really interesting just to look at them because they're so pretty and colorful, and I just love her. And I know that whatever she's going to do in Florida, you're going to Florida, you're just going to do amazing at it because your work ethic is just astronomical. I could never try that hard at anything in my whole entire life. And whenever you put your mind to something, you always do it. You just always do it. And you do it with the brightest smile and this just amazing drive to bulldoze through whatever is in your way. And I'm really excited to see your dorm room, because I've never heard of anything like that, where you get your own room and there's like a cinema and a game room. And also, thanks for convincing me not to shave my head. And I know this isn't goodbye, because Singing Angels is like this curse or like never-ending time loop where you're just always like brought back to each other. And I know that you love Singing Angels. It gave you a sense of pride, and I'm really gonna miss you. And next year just isn't gonna be the same with just me, Gabby, and Kinsey, if Gabby doesn't quit. I love you, Katie, and I just cannot wait to see what you do in life. And please send me letters. Send me more letters. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Izzy. And you were saying I was upset. I never get upset. I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, and now I get to watch everyone holding back the chuckles. Okay, so Katie, it's your turn.
Right on. Thank you, guys. That means so much. I missed you guys so much. I can't wait till we get to hopefully hang out at performances again. But like throughout Angels, like the past 10 years, I've been so fortunate to have so many amazing opportunities and performances with you guys. But honestly, like none of that would matter if I didn't have like my amazing friends to do those opportunities with. Like Bradley, when we went to Clyde, Ohio, and just hung out the entire time, made fun of their cooking, which was amazing. But we had fun. We had fun during that performance, and it was just a good time. You know, finding out that Clyde is actually a real place and all that. And then Izzy with the Zoo concerts. It's always fun just hanging out, singing to whatever song comes on the radio. And you guys have been so amazing to finish out these last few years in Angels with. And I'm just so happy I know you guys. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Katie. Next up is Daniela, and she has Megan Oreskovic lined up to talk about her.
Okay. Daniela, you may think this pandemic has ruined the celebration that you have earned and deserved. In the long run, you may change your mind. It may have given you a special legacy and one of the greatest gifts of all, a great story. Remember how we would always try to stand next to each other at concerts? Remember when you would try to look taller than you really are, while I try to look shorter than I really am, just to stand next to each other? But of course, just when we thought it worked, we'd always be split up. On our first trip together, even though we weren't in the same group, our chaperones would always find us together. When they couldn't find one of us, they would always look for the other. Then there's that time we were in our room in New York when we pushed the table and it hit the wall pretty hard, so Ka called our room and we panicked. We spent that whole trip hoping we got to sit next to each other during School of Rock. In rehearsals, Charles would say, "If you're sitting next to someone you're going to talk to, move," knowing he was probably directing it towards us, but we just sat there smiling. And then always got the look because we wouldn't stop talking. We'd sit in the back, hoping they wouldn't make us move up because The front rows need to be filled before we sit in the back. Spending a couple minutes after rehearsal to take down the chairs and, of course, fix the way they were going. Trying to figure out where we wanted to put our handprint when we graduated. Always walking with me down the stairs after rehearsal at the Masonic. Or on break, when you would always wait for the water to get hot before you washed your hands, and keep your hands under the water for several minutes, because it's so warm. Thank you for forcing me to try out a solo with you, and of course, screaming my name out when Charles asked for any more people to try out for Rainbow. I will miss having you tell me all about your job, saying how you scared a group so badly they dropped all their stuff, then telling me I have to go so you can scare me. On our final bus trip together, when we would open Snapchat and watch our Bitmojis zoom past each other. Why we found this amusing is hard to explain. But of course, one of my favorites was seeing each other every day at Benedictine for the musical we were both in. From finding a mouse in the wall, practicing for dance troupe on our 5-minute breaks, having the boys call us out for doing TikTok dances, which then led to Nick challenging us to see who could become TikTok famous first, to running through the library to get backstage so we could watch the boys tango, always making a joke after Nick broke the flower vases that we could just use the ones in the bathroom, and telling us how you were going to change the words every performance to see if James caught on. From waking me up at 2 a.m. in New York to tell me you sound like a dragon, to naming your stuffed bison wonton because your dad thought you said soup instead of sup. I will always remember waiting to go into a concert and rehearsal until we texted each other we were both there. From the many hours we spent together on trips, concerts, and rehearsals, I'm glad I had you by my side. From the last time we sang We Wish You the Merriest to our final bow, which was sadly several months before it should have been, I'm glad we got to share these many memories together. Even though you're right down the street, rehearsal will never be the same without you. As the Fox and the Hound once said, goodbye may seem forever, farewell is like the end, but in my heart is a memory, and there you will also be.
Aw, that was wonderful. Thank you, Megan. Daniela, you're up.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you for always being my best friend and pretty much my other half. I've never had a connection, like an actual best friend, like I have you. And I'm very thankful that I have you in my life, and thank you for the basket. I really appreciate it. And then I look forward to seeing you again, and I will kick your butt at Mario Kart. I will try. Thank you, Megan. I love you so much.
That's awesome. I saw the pictures of Megan bringing the basket over that your mom posted, and I thought there's a true best friendship. You go out of your way to recognize your accomplishments, and also a very happy birthday. So this is the big 18. Awesome. Well, happy birthday to you. And I think we learned last week what happens when we all try to sing together with John. So I don't know if you want to recreate that. It's kind of loud. So, but next time we see you and we're all together, we're going to have the biggest, most rousing chorus of happy birthday. And since you are just down the street, you can come back for that. All right. I've been kind of going in order of seniority, if you haven't figured out what the game plan was, but I saw Justin popped in at one point. So Justin, do you have anything that you want to share? If you want to unmute yourself. Oh, picture just went away.
Shoot. Yeah, I've been in Angels for years now. It's been a ride. I've loved every part of it, man. I mean, the concerts, friends I made. I mean, my closest friend, Gladimar, I met her in Angels. That's how I met her. And me and her are like brother and sister now. So some of my closest friends are in Angels. And it's like, I hate that it's gotta go, but I got so many good memories, man. And I thank y'all for giving me the time to be a part of it. Been a little hectic lately, been a little busy here at home. Been a lot of things happening, but thankfully I was able to make time to join this.
That's great.
And thank you very much for the bag. That made my day. That really helps because I wasn't having a good day that day at all.
Well, we're so glad that you were able to log on today, and so that you could be part of this tribute and celebration of all of our seniors. So, since I had skipped you back between Alexis and Lily, I wanted to make sure you had a chance to say something. Let's see. Next up is Jessica Preggers, and the first person that is going to talk for Jessica is Madeline Lowe.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. The great playwright William Shakespeare wrote, "A friend is one that knows you as you are, understands where you've been, accepts what you've become, and still gently allows you to grow." Jess Preggers has been the longest friend that I've known in the Singing Angels, but she's created herself a strong legacy that will live on after these. Many of you know Jess for her warm personality and ability to bring grace and charisma to the stage, as well as impact anyone she. I don't know really how I met Jess. We kind of just stuck together like PB&J. She has this kind of ability that you can tell her absolutely anything, and she will make you feel like the most important person in the world. She will always respect you and make you feel welcomed. Jess has a sweet sense of humor and loves jokes. I remember hearing the infamous sandwich joke many times in rehearsal, an example to be cheesy, but yet still appealing to the audience. But every time Jess said that joke, it made everyone laugh like we were hearing it for the first time. Jess also loves to go on an adventure and is open to trying new things. For example, when Jess and I were wandering Times Square all by ourselves in the M&M store, bad idea, we decided to impersonate two British schoolgirls from Wales who got lost from their travel group, the Angels. Well, only one person believed us, and let's face it, he felt bad. Jess continued this as we got on the bus because she was so determined and open to tricking other people. Jess is also very creative. Jess, Agnes, Megan, and I, we were all roommates on the Kris Kringle trip. And when we got to our room for the first time, we immediately took our bags, and Jess said, "We have to make a horror movie. It's a tradition." So we did. We made a horror movie with literally everything in our hotel room. And I have to tell you, it was Oscar worthy. Overall, though, Jess Preggers has touched the lives of so many people that she will be missed by her crazy, loving family, but we all know that Jess is going to go on. Sorry, I promised myself to cry. Jess will go on to changing other people's lives and making a beautiful impact on this world. I love Jess like she is my sister. Sorry. And I will probably miss her most of all. But I know that she is going to have her heart at the Singing Angels, and that her legacy will live on for the next generations to come. Jess, God bless you always, and thank you so much for being my best friend. in the whole world. You're a special treasure, and you will not be forgotten by any of us. Please come visit. I know you're not far away. I will probably be bothering you every single weekend. But much love to your future and success in life. Thank you.
Maddie, I love you so much. Oh my gosh. Girl, if I could come over right now and give you the biggest hug, even though we hugged like 5 times yesterday. Shh, don't tell anyone. She came over and gave me like a little gift, and we definitely hugged like 10 times. But it's okay. But no, if I could come over and give you more hugs, I definitely would. Oh my gosh. I know I'm supposed to wait till both of them, but I just...
We'll social distance hug. It worked.
Yes!
I promised myself I wouldn't cry, and I did. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
It's okay, Madeline. I cried saying goodbye to the reserve course last week, and I started getting choked up when I was talking to you guys. So that's tears just show how much we care. So all right. So we're not done with Jessica yet. Abby also has some things to say.
Dear Jess, where do I begin? There are a million things I could say, but I will say this. You are so beautiful, inside and out. You treat everyone with kindness and greet them with a smile. I came into Angels at times after a bad day or week, and you always seemed to know when I needed your reassuring hug. You said that my sister Lauren took you under her wing and that it was a privilege to do the same for me. You were always the angel who stayed behind to clean up or greet the audience. You did so willingly and without complaint. You radiate God's love and have been a sister in faith for me. You were the one to welcome the apprentices and calm them before the shows. You did that so many times for me. You would pray for me while holding me close because I was too nervous to step onto the stage. You embody what Angels truly is and what all of us should strive to do. You have touched so many of us in Angels and will not be forgotten anytime soon, because those of us you are leaving behind will remember the example you set. And as for me, I will not let Jessica Preggers here be forgotten.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you so much. I love you. That was so beautiful. Also, I have to showcase my parents over here, like, crying. I'm not as much of a crier. I definitely teared up a couple times, but I cry when I go and think about it, and then I reflect on it, and then I start, but I really appreciate that so much. And I'm also sending you many hugs. I'm so grateful for the time that we've spent together, and it really has been a privilege to take you under my wing too. And I know that you're going to continue to keep that legacy going, to keep the joy going. And I love you.
And it won't be the same without Jessica being in the Angels. I don't know what she is without being Angels.
I think she's going to be successful and amazing in everything she does. Just from how I've gotten to know you, I remember when Colette was going on her first trip to Branson, and she said, "Oh, this really, really nice girl's going to let me sit with her." and this really, really nice girl was Jessica. So as a mom, I appreciate how you welcomed my girls into the group when they started. So, but thank you so much. And we have one more senior to talk about, but the rest of the seniors don't log off yet. I'm going to give you
I think Aaron, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I know I didn't sign up for the tribute, but I would like to say a few words on my sister's behalf.
Awesome.
So, from the moment we were born, I've been always so like attracted to like my sister's amazing energy. She is so positive, and she's like the best sister I've ever had, or the only one. But she is also I couldn't ask for another sister, and she got me to join the Angels. I was super hesitant to join at first, and then I realized what then just pushed me to join, and I'm glad that she did, because then I wouldn't have met everyone, and I'm gonna miss my sister so much, and I know she's gonna do great things, even though I'll see her again. But she is wacky, crazy, and she is just all loving and all caring. I'll miss you.
I actually can hug you, but I'll do that. I'll go and hug you in a little bit. We're not in the same room, so.
Sorry, I'm awkward with pieces.
Thank you, Aaron.
Aaron, I'm really glad that you added that. I think it makes it very special that you had a chance to speak on your sister's behalf. And I know with you guys being twins, you've had a special closeness, but it's going to be hard to say goodbye to one of you guys this year. So I'm kind of glad we've got another year with you. So, you know, to split up the years. So thanks so much for adding all that. And I was starting to say for the seniors, don't log off yet. When we're done, I'm going to call you one by one to unmute, and I know it's been really nice that you guys have responded to the people who talked about you and things. Think about what your favorite Singing Angels memory is, if you haven't already shared one, and also tell us what your plans are for the future. And we'll go through all the seniors after we're done with our last tribute. And this last tribute is 11 and a half years in the making. Emily Baier with 11 and a half years in Singing Angels. I don't even know how you do that. How amazing. Jessica and Daniela both had 10 years too, which I know when I was a Singing Angel and I saw kids who had that many years of seniority, I was so jealous that I didn't get started earlier. So we're going to start with Annie Bartos talking about Emily Baier.
Okay. I remember sitting in the basement of the church across from our building, and while everyone else was having other conversations around us, we were talking about our hair. It was a pretty long conversation too, and that was the first thing we bonded over. I never really had any close friends in Angels, and once we started the quartet, we became really close, and I will forever be thankful. There are so many memories that we have made, like breakfast after the airport and ice skating, that I will always cherish. I know this year has been very hard for you, but you are a very strong person and have gotten through it, and that is something I admire about you. You are the reason that people realized I could sing and brought me out of my shell in this group. I love you, and I know you are going to do great things, and I can't wait to see what they are because you deserve the world, Emily.
That's awesome. Thank you, Annie. And the next one to speak is going to be Claire Ginley.
Hello. Emily has always been the one who never fails to make me laugh. These usually happen over car rides listening to Harry Styles or at BJ's when we get bazookies every other week in the summer. Our memories on multiple trips and our quartet will be cherished for sure. Dealing with our mega beds and numbers of squelting videos is probably too many. Although I started out afraid of you and in Angels, I am so happy and blessed that we've become the good friends that we are. You've helped me with everything that goes on in a sophomore's life and everything that's outside of that, which I am so thankful for. I've always looked up to your positivity and your talent for so long. I won't say I'll miss you because college visits are on their way, so I'll see you soon, but having you around at concerts will be so weird. Although we may not have the traditions like we all planned for growing up in Angels, we still have so many memories that we can still make. I love you the most, and thank you for everything you've done for me. Love you.
Thank you guys. I love you both so much. When I've always been like the youngest in like a little group of friends. So when all my friends and Angels graduated, I was like, I'm never gonna have the same friendships. Like I'm never gonna have the same connection. But I'm so grateful that I've met these girls and like a bunch of other seniors and other people in Angels who have made me feel that connection again that I thought I would never get to experience. So I love you guys so much, and I will miss you, but we will definitely see each other all the time.
That's wonderful. We have one other person who has requested to say something, so we're going to call on Mrs. Akins.
Hi, everybody. So all you seniors, I just want to tell you how much I have missed seeing, well, all of you Angels, but especially you seniors these last couple of months, to not be able to share in your final performances and final hugs. So I'm sitting here in the background thinking like that's what us parents do, right? We stay in the background and we support you. And I just want you all to know how meaningful it is to us grown-ups to watch you grow and develop, and the relationships you share with each other are truly magical. So I couldn't let this opportunity go by to say I will miss each and every one of you. I think you're all going to be fabulous, and I love you and I miss you. Happy Senior Day.
Yay, thank you. I'm so glad that Brendan sent me a text and said his mom wanted to talk. It makes me think, are there any of the other parents here that would like to say something? Go ahead and unmute and just talk, and if we hopefully won't have people talking over each other.
No, I wanted to say something too, but I usually don't talk because I'll just start crying. So I love all you kids. It's been such a joy and a pleasure to see everybody and do the snack shack and just be part of Angels. And you seniors, I wish everybody the best. And I'm crying, I'm really happy. It's a joyful thing. We've been so blessed. And just to meet all the parents and kids, everybody in this group is wonderful. So good luck. Love you all.
Thank you. Any other parents want to chime in?
Yeah, I wanted to say that Angels has changed our life so much. I don't understand how an organization could be your life, but it really is so much a part of our life. And Mr. Hot Dog Man over here, you got to get in here. It has been the joy of his life also, be part of the organization, and he's a guy who can remember everybody's name after the first time. So I'm always saying, no, who is that, because if I come a year later they all look different. He always knows who everybody is, and he comes home and tells stories about different people and what went on at Angels. And I think, we're obviously going to still be involved for a couple years yet, but I am just so grateful that all of you Angels have been Jessica, who's graduating.
Oh, there.
Yeah, you guys are all the best. You're awesome. Love you all.
Thank you so much.
Also, I don't think I've ever seen my dad cry, and he's crying. So, good job, guys.
I don't think I've seen him cry. It's been 30 years.
Neither have
I.
I just was going to say something if I can jump in here.
Yeah.
To Alexis in particular, I wanted to say it's been a pleasure to watch you go from being the reluctant angel to being such a show person on the stage and be such a bright light and be so animated and
you made her cry.
Just be a great performer.
Oh, now you're crying.
Well, I'm crying because she's crying.
I know I'm gonna cry. Stop.
And to the rest of the seniors, I just want to say best of luck to you guys. I wish you guys the best, and I hope you have a great college experience. And hopefully this whole virus thing doesn't affect you guys in the fall. And I look forward to seeing you guys when you guys return. So best of luck to you. It's been a pleasure to know you all.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh. I want to make sure I'm giving everybody a chance. Any of the other parents want to say anything? Or Karen, do you want to say anything?
I can jump in for a second.
Awesome.
Can you hear me? I just want to say this particular class of seniors has amazing stage presence, amazing inclusion of others, and so many of you within each other have identified that they always have a smile on their face, they're always willing to help, they're always willing to jump in last minute, not just if something's needed in a show, but if one of us volunteer parents needs something carried in or set up. And it's a shame that we didn't have another 6 months of that to be passed down to the other generations. But with that said, there probably isn't a better senior class that this could have happened to, because you still had your cohesiveness and you still have the spirit of angels. And with that said, I can't feel awful enough that you didn't get your moment and your stardom, but please know that, you know, that we all want it for you and we can picture it too. So hopefully that just means that you have to be at the very next fundraiser playhouse and be on there for a special moment for the alumni song. So please know that we all feel it with you and for you, and we wish you the best, as Mrs. Jackman has said. So thank you for giving a good example for the ones who are up and coming.
Thank you. I'm trying to go back and forth. Is there somebody else?
Yeah, me.
Oh, okay.
Who's on first, Daryl or me?
Here, let's have Carrie and Daryl talk, and then we'll do Karen.
Okay. Miss hugging all of you seniors and saying a final goodbye at the last concert, but looking forward to seeing you again and hoping you guys will pop back in when things hopefully return to normal and you have a chance to come back and tell us all the amazing things that you're going on to do. Daryl and I have been privileged to see a lot of seniors graduate, and with each class we are so grateful to have known you and to have shared that experience with you and watched you mature and grow and develop into the amazing adults that you are. And we are so excited for all that you're going to go on and do. I missed making a last t-shirt for you. So I don't know, I might have to do something to rectify that. I don't know if it matters to you, but I sure enjoy doing it and just seeing your names on there and marking that time and place that you've made in angel history. So thank you for all that you've given, all the time and the sacrifices and the energy and the encouragement that you give to everyone who's there sharing it with you. We will miss you greatly.
Probably little I can add to that I haven't already said to you seniors over the past couple months. So thank you for putting up with me and getting your video submissions. Last minute there, guys, but you got it in. Thank you. But for myself, Chrissy, Holly, your angel experience is not over. You are stepping into a much bigger family, and we welcome you with open arms.
Yeah. Okay. Karen?
Hello, Daryl, that's exactly what I was going to say. Having lived through 3 angels graduating, it is difficult. I know when my kids, seniors, when they went to college on Saturdays, they were bored because they didn't have singing angels to attend to. But it is a void, but as Daryl said, just remember you're always welcome back. It's been such a joy to see you all grow. As I look at your faces, I remember when you were apprentices. I even remember some of you from Reserve Chorus. And know that, Lily's smiling. Lily, you were so little. Well, you're still little. But it is amazing to see you all grow and become adults, and I wish you the best in your college endeavors. And just remember, you're always welcome back. There's nothing more that gives us more pleasure than to see when our seniors come back and say hello, especially this group, because we will have to have something to recognize you all and see you all together again. I miss you. I really want you to give a big thank you to your families who have supported you, because it is Singing Angels is a family, and you can't do it without your grandma and your aunts and uncles and everyone else, and of course your parents. So thank you all. I love you. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. I hope you'll always remember me with fun thoughts and know that I love you all. Thank you.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you, Karen. All right, so graduates, it's your turn now. We're gonna go through, you're gonna share your favorite Singing Angel memory and then give us a little glimpse into what your future plans are. So let's start with Alex.
I actually had a quick question. I was curious if I could go last because there was also just another quick announcement I wanted to make.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was having a hard time hearing you. You need to go later?
Yeah, I wanted to know if I could just go at the very end because I had another quick announcement I would like to make.
Okay, all right, let's go to Alexis then.
Okay, so my favorite Singing Angels memory happened in Ireland. I know I said it in my the little senior spotlight, but for those who didn't read it, we were walking around a castle, kind of just looking at it, and of course in Ireland it always rains, and it was pouring during that time, and we saw this bride who she was getting married there, and she was crying because she was sad because it was raining on her wedding day. So me and a whole bunch of other people, I think it was probably like maybe 5 to 8 of us, we sang Blue Skies for her. And as we were singing Blue Skies, the sun came up and it like stopped raining. And then like she started crying tears of joy. And like in that moment, it just kind of showed me like how precious like doing something so simple was for her, just kind of out of the blue. So I'll always remember that. And then I'm going to college, Eckerd College in St. Petersburg, Florida to study marine science.
Awesome. That's fabulous. So now we got somebody to visit when we want to go to Florida, right?
Yeah, of course.
If Coco isn't already there. Okay. Justin, favorite memory and plans for next year?
Honestly, my favorite memory has got to be like before the big shows when everyone's just hanging out, everyone's cool with each other. And you know I don't do this much, but when the 1 or 2 times I'd actually go up to try to do a solo, people would actually encourage me. But it's just nice to see people actually care. Because you know me, I don't like to bother people. Like that's me personally. Like I love and care about y'all from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Like,
so what are your plans for next year?
Next year, first 2 years is Tri-C, and then transferring to Ohio State for psychology.
Awesome. That's great. Well, best of luck. Let's see. Next, we've got Lily. Or should I say?
Okay. My favorite memory. Oh my God, I have so many. I think my favorite memory from Angels is probably when we went to Switzerland for the One World Festival. Everything about it was so amazing, but that was when I kind of really connected with the older
kids and like some of the seniors and the kids who've been there longer, like Kira and like Brian and Lauren. That's when I like really like connected with like people like that. And it kind of brought me into Angels even more so than I already was, and showed me the amazing things that Angels had to offer, not only like being a part of like something where like there's music and doing what I love, but also it brought me those people. And it brought me the friendships that I am so grateful to have had. Like Emily's friendship, her and I have been friends for like ever. And I know that that's something that's I know that this isn't the end of our story, and that this is just the next chapter of us, and that we're going to keep going, and Angels is what brought those things together. So I think that's probably my favorite memories. So yeah.
And next year?
Next year, I will be attending Studio School Los Angeles as a contemporary musical theater and film major. And it's in California, so Los Angeles. So.
Yay, congratulations. That sounds exciting.
Thank you.
Okay, next is Kaelyn.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so probably my favorite memory in Angels, well, I kind of have two, but the first one, it was when we were in Ireland, and Kobe had bought this sheep, and we all named him Seamus, and Emily, Colette, and Claire and I had like our own little photo shoot with Seamus the sheep. But my second favorite memory was it was in Ireland as well. And we were like around like this big like barn or whatever, and I just heard like this big noise, and it was a big like animal there, and I said it's a wolf, so I started running. But turns out it was like their herding dog, and then Kyle was laughing at me. She was like, "Where's the wolf at?" And she was like, and Holly was like, "Kaelyn just left everyone." And I was just running towards the bus because I was not gonna play with the wolf, but turns out it was a dog. But yeah, that was my favorite memory in Angels. They're Seamus.
Kaelyn, can you see?
Yeah, that's me and Seamus. But yeah, that was probably my favorite memory in Angels. And afterwards, what I'm doing with schooling, I'll be attending Spelman College as a bio major for pre-med. But I'm still going to be doing like singing and stuff in college too.
Awesome. Yeah, don't stop singing, because there are a lot of opportunities for all of you to sing beyond your high school and singing angel years. And you don't have to be a major. And sometimes, especially if you have a real difficult or academically stressful major, taking a choir class would be a great outlet, just so that you're doing something for yourself.
Yeah.
So that's my motherly advice. That's what I told my daughter when she was majoring in engineering. And she's like, "Mom, you don't understand. I'm not going to have time." And by the end of her first semester, she's like, "Well, I talked to the director of the Women's Glee Club." And so anyway, okay, great. And let's see, Sarah, favorite memory and future plans.
I'd have to say that my favorite memories are definitely just all the concerts that I had the opportunities to perform at, especially being backstage and with dance troupe right before we go on. Like specifically the 50th anniversary big show right before I went on for dance troupe for my very first time I was in dance troupe, just being able to experience the anticipation and being with all my friends. And all the kids in senior dance troupe were so encouraging, and they really inspired me for the next years that I was in dance troupe and Angels in general. And my plans for the future, I'm going to the University of Findlay to study pharmacy.
Awesome. That's great. So if you're in Findlay, you're gonna be close to Sarah. I'll have to let her know you're gonna be there, because she lives outside of Sarah Ballou. She lives right outside of Finley. So
It's awesome.
that's awesome. All right, Katie.
All right. Honestly, like there's too many good memories in Angels. I can't just pick one. So I have two experiences that kind of cover all of the fun memories that I've had. So first, like definitely singing songs like Gold or You Will Be Found while performing with Angels, and just like having a place in the song to look around, smile at my friends, maybe hold someone's hand and just be happy and know that this is what I love doing and I'm doing it with the people I love. And it's just like the best feeling in the entire world, really, to perform with your friends and to see smiles on audience's faces, knowing that you're bringing a good message that will help everyone hearing it. So that those songs are really amazing. Specifically, with Gold, we sang that to thank a restaurant staff during our last night in Rome when we toured in Italy, and that was just a remarkable experience. And then they sang and played the guitar for us in return. So that was really awesome. And then when we're on Angels tours or when we're at concerts, like at the zoo or the IX Center, and have time to just hang out, sometimes if I hear like a really awesome song on the radio that we've sung in Angels before, I'll just start singing. Like at the zoo, there's one time the song Believe by Josh Groban came on in the speakers when me and my friends were just walking around, and I just started belting it. It was so much fun, and then everyone joined along, and it's always fun like seeing the looks of strangers as they pass us by, looking at us like we're lunatics, but we're just having fun, and it's amazing. Another time we were in a really small store in Ireland on Galway Street just to buy some Irish chocolate, and a song from The Great Showman came on. And me, Lauren, and Max were just belting it. We were doing like arm gestures that covered the length of the small store. It was just a really fun time. And then for my future plans, I'll be studying journalism at Florida Gulf Coast University in Fort Myers.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So we've got a couple people to go visit in Florida. Well, I was thinking when Kaelyn was talking, and then also Katie, I was really happy to have both of you in my group for Ireland, and there were a lot of wonderful memories from that trip. So next is Daniela.
My favorite Singing Angel memory. I mean, I have more than one. I love every single bus trip, but more specifically, on the plane to Yellowstone and on the bus, me and Megan made the funniest videos anyone could ever make on a bus, and I still have them on my old cell phone. So that's one of my favorite memories. I have another one. It ran out of my head. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, and I loved it. Oh, no, I can't remember. I'm sorry. But seriously, those videos were hilarious. Oh, now I remember, because there was another memory with Megan. It was at one of the zoo concerts from last semester, and it was after our first concert in group 2, and me and Megan decided that we were gonna walk the whole zoo in half an hour. So we actually managed to do it, even though we got out after closing. But we goofed around so much and belted all the songs that they were playing, and it was just so fun. And I have pictures from that day, but all I remember is that that was the best moment that I've ever had with my best friend, and just any Singing Angels memory. Just like the concerts were fun. It was just fun to try and walk the whole zoo in half an hour. That's just my favorite memory ever, and I'll always remember that memory. Now what I'm doing in the future, I'm still undecided on a college because I'm still waiting to hear back from some other colleges that I applied to, but I'm going to be studying English and musical theater.
Awesome. That's great. Well, best of luck to you. You'll have to let us know once you decide where you're going to take your talents in the future. That's great. And Jessica.
Okay, my phone's on low battery, so I'm praying that it doesn't like go down too much, but it should be good. So
honestly, oh my gosh, there are so many memories. But the one I think that sticks, I'm gonna just say a couple, but one that sticks out to me a lot is the Branson trip, because that was like the trip that I was like, that was like a year I really was coming out of my shell, and I was really like becoming super like not super, but like confident in myself. Like, growing up in Angels, that was like the turning point where like Angels, like it really showed me like how to be confident in myself and to be able to share that joy with others while also feeling the joy like myself. So that was really special. And also that's where the horror movie thing started. I know Colette was in the room. She's probably laughing. But that was, that was where the horror movie started, and then I kept it going because I was like, this is just such a fun time. So yeah, and then fast forward to the New York trip when we did that, and that was just a really fun, awesome trip. Getting to have that experience and getting to room with some of my closest friends, and yeah, it was just really awesome. And then one more, I love the Rainbow concerts. Like those have always been some of my favorite concerts. And this past one, there was this little girl who was absolutely adorable, and we were talking, I was like, maybe you could, like, she was like, maybe I could be an angel someday. So who knows? But I should have got like her name, but she was just so sweet. And I sang my solo. That was the last time I sang my solo for Christmas. And she came up to me and she's like, you sounded like a Disney princess. And I was like, that was like the sweetest thing. Like, it just like made my heart melt. Like, it was just really sweet to hear something like that. And she just, like, her and her mom were just like really touched by like the whole performance. And so that was definitely a special memory.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, and sorry. Oh, also, have to give I did this in our senior meeting, but I have to give a shout out to Emily again, because she was the one who told me about Angels. So we've kind of grown up together in this chorus. So I'm really grateful for you, and that you told me about this organization, because it's changed my life. So thank you. And what I'm doing after, what I'm doing is going to Walsh University and studying special education, and I hope to minor in music.
Awesome. That's wonderful. I'm sure your family's glad you're going to be close to home while she's not far away. That's great. Awesome. Emily.
So kind of like what Katie and Jess were saying, there has been way too many memories to pick like a favorite, but I think my favorite like type of memory to kind of go off is like the tours I've been on. It's just been an amazing opportunity to bond with my friends. Like all those nights we stay up way too late when we know we have to get up early in the morning and know the next day is going to be filled with so much stuff from 6 to like 11 p.m. And just like in those late hours of the night, like getting to know each other so well and like bonding as if you're the same person, because we're all so alike in Angels, even though we have so many differences. Like, and that really is like my favorite part of Singing Angels, is being able to cultivate these like really amazing relationships that I could never even dream of having any other way. And next year I'm going to Ohio State to study neuroscience. So, yeah.
Woo! That's awesome. Congratulations. So Alex, I know we said we were going to come back to you, and this has gone on so much longer than any other senior tribute, but if there's ever been a class that deserves for us to go on and on and on, it's definitely you guys. But I don't want to keep you here too much later, but Alex, I know that you were going to share with us your plans and your favorite memory.
Yeah. Favorite memories, I probably have like a top 3. In no particular order. One of them was definitely the first day that I got to meet Eli, and then Destiny picks him up and within seconds proceeds to drop him. So it's like me and a bunch of my other friends, and we're all just like scrambling to stand in front of Eli so Charles doesn't see his new pianist on the floor. One of the other ones was definitely going to New York, and I am extremely grateful for that experience because I just had so much fun with everybody, and I definitely feel like that was an experience meant to happen, because when I was called for the concert, I found out that I was only one spot away from not being called. And if it hadn't been for Katie Fogerty taking her leave of absence, I would have never been able to have gone on that trip and had made the bonds that I ended up making. And the last one would probably be when I did all those country club concerts, specifically the one in Shaker, like really close to my house. And we were out in the groups, and we were downstairs playing card games at like the little pool table that was like empty. And I remember we ended up playing BS, and everybody was just like really kind of concerned because Madeline Lowe was like the best person at it. And I'm sitting here like, you're probably the most innocent friend I have. Why are you so good at lying? And my plans for next year, I will be attending Cleveland State University, so I'll be staying local, and I plan to major in computer science.
That's wonderful. That's a great field.
And then the last thing I wanted to say is, this is a very bittersweet moment for me, as a lot of you know, when I first started Angels, my mother was a very active person in the organization, just kind of doing what she could to help out. She used to do the 50-50 raffle every big show. And for those of you who don't know, 2 years ago, the day before St. Patrick's Day, my mother lost her battle with breast cancer and inevitably passed away. And I went to rehearsal the next day. And so many of you even just showed up to her funeral just to pay your respects and just to be there. And I just had all the undying support when I sang Irish Blessing for her at her funeral. And this is a really difficult time for me to be doing this right now, knowing that she's not here to see it. But I know that she's proud of me, and I know that my mother is thankful for each and every one of you for being a part of my life and being a part of her life and giving me the happiness that I don't think I ever would have had if I had not joined Angels. I don't even think I would be here today had I not joined Angels. And sadly, I ended up having to leave due to the fact that my father also had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and he is still receiving treatment for that. And just for all the undying support from everybody, and just knowing that I have a family that's not by blood through Angels, I just want to thank you all so very much for that, because the bonds that I've made are just irreplaceable. Each and every one of you has a very special place in my heart. And I am so very thankful that I've gotten to meet each and every one of you and gotten to spend time with all of you. All of you guys are such amazing people, and I love you all very, very much.
Alex, we're so glad you were able to join us today, because you mean a great deal to us too. And once an angel, always an angel. So you'll, continue to be in our hearts, and those of us who were lucky enough to know your mom were better people for it. She was a wonderful woman, and you're going to do great things in your future to continue to honor the person that she was.
Thank you, Chrissy. And I just wanted to share this with you guys. This was just a little thing that I made for everybody. And it says, thank you, Singing Angels. Make music, make friends, make a difference.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I can't tell you guys enough how much you all mean to me. I know in our senior meetings and stuff, I've been able to say that before. I want to thank Holly for making this whole tribute and everything that we're going to be doing with the seniors over the next couple of weeks possible. It's been said in so many different ways today. Singing Angels isn't just something you do, it's something that you live, and it lives with you forever. And I've told a couple people this before. If you had asked 13-year-old Chrissy what she wanted to be when she grew up, I would have said the director of the Singing Angels. And the fact that I've been able to come back and work with the organization and meet all of you amazing kids is just fabulous. I'm going to call Emily out for a second, because when Colette was going to be graduating, she's like, so are you just going to stick around just like till I graduate? And then, you know, and I said, no, because there's always new Emilys. There's always a new, you know, it doesn't matter who it is. It's so hard to see you guys graduate, but the kids coming up are just as amazing and as special. And I can't imagine missing a senior tribute for any of the classes to come. So I just want you guys to all know how much you mean to me. I'm going to turn it over to Holly to kind of close this out. But thank you for spending probably the best hour and a half I have spent in quarantine. Those of you who logged on and stuck with us, because building each other up, there's like nothing better than that. So you guys mean the most to me, and now I'm crying too. So like, take over.
Thank you, Chrissy, for emceeing. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. It was, I think, a really great send-off for our seniors, even though it wasn't our traditional one. So my apologies that we couldn't have all of the traditional things that we had hoped to have, but obviously things were out of our control, and my heart breaks that you guys didn't get to have those experiences and those traditional experiences, I should say, because I think we're trying to at least provide different opportunities for you to celebrate your time in Angels. I want to thank you for your dedication. I was recently watching a video with Mr. Bain, and I'm getting emotional now, but I think that to see and listen to everybody talk about their experiences in Angels, what Angels means to them, their memories, I myself have almost the same exact things, word for word, the friendships, the tours, the memories, the performances, making an impact on people's lives. And I'm so honored to be able that we can carry on Mr. Bain's vision and legacy with the Singing Angels. And you guys are doing that. It's most importantly, the Angels who are carrying on that tradition and that legacy, and your dedication and your commitment to the organization, and also to your friends, means everything to all of us. And I thank you for being such wonderful role models for the next generations to come. I know, being an Angel, looking up to the seniors when I was, you know, in 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, it really set the stage for how I should be a leader. So thank you for being such wonderful role models for the kids coming up the ranks. And thank you to your families and your parents and everybody for their dedication to this wonderful organization. And we are going to, as I mentioned before, have an awards ceremony for you, because we want to keep on celebrating you. And we'll be in touch about that in June, most likely. And other Angels, please put your photos into the Google Classroom, because we really want to be able to recognize you as well, since we can't have the traditional awards banquet this year. So please do that. And next year we will have the class of 2020 back. And we hope you can join us for a performance on stage. And actually, when Carrie was talking about the concert t-shirt, we'll have to put a special class of 2020 listing on the concert t-shirt, since you guys didn't get your last concert t-shirt with us. So we will make it special for you guys. And thank you for transitioning with us during this unusual time. And you know, we hope that we brought a little bit of tradition to your Singing Angels experience, even if it was virtually. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And seniors, we will see you in June for the awards ceremony. Hopefully the rain has stopped by then. And we will see everybody else this summer. We'll have a few things here and there to touch base and just, you know, connect and sing, even if it is virtually. So thank you, everyone, for a wonderful senior tribute and celebrating such a wonderful class and memorable one of 2020. So Hope everybody has a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, and we will see you guys soon.
Bye.
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 Bye.